Hello, this is Sheirin Gerdi, MENA Regional Liaison Officer at the MENA Partnership for the Prevention of Armed Conflict. Just to give you a brief from COP28, and I have here my colleague.
Hi, I'm Ola, a partner of Minabak in Yemen. Me and Shireen today are going to brief you about what has been doing here in the last 2 weeks at COP and also what we have been working on the last year on climate change.
2 weeks, 2 whole weeks at the COP. So, Ola, we have been working on the climate justice and climate change within the perspective and the context of human security. How much do you see the work that we have been doing for the last week? How do you see it was reflected on the agenda here at the COP28?
It is somehow complicated to talk about it. Like when we are talking about the COP, it is on different labels. We have the label of civil society, and other label it is the official labels in which the negotiations are being held in there. The agenda of the negotiation food security, but it is included in a way or another, but not directly. But civil society have been working on that a lot. A lot of sessions and events have been discussing food security and many other related issues to climate action and climate change. But within the agenda, it was not a main topic there, but they were discussing a lot of things related to finance, adaptation, mitigation, and also some articles of Paris Agreement.
Today we had a last session, even after 2 weeks, full weeks of working. Today we had this amazing session with Wealth and Peace Boat, which also Peace Boat is also a partner of GPAC. So we had this amazing session on the SDGs. We were talking about the SDGs, and we had this nexus of militarization, gender, and climate justice. And we were saying that there can be no climate justice without human rights. And this is something that we are raising. We're talking about the different implications that we're having. And we exactly, like as you said, we have seen like the different spaces, different discussions, but definitely we have seen how civil society has been putting forward the issue of gender, the issue of climate justice, and different contexts that we're talking about, including militarization and other things. I think let's talk about what are our major takeaways that we can take from this year of working on climate and climate justice, the different nexuses that we have in terms of human security, the food security, the economic and the personal security, and other things that we highlight during our work. How do you see we have the lessons learned for us as MENAPAC, but also as women from MENA, to highlight for the upcoming COP, especially that we have lots of things to raise. We have raised it in many events, including today's event.
What actually was impressive for me that our voices as civil society were louder than I thought. We were really able to impact the negotiators. They were really frightened from our perspectives that they had to include it. So civil society should continue working on climate action, should continue calling for human rights, security, food security, and peace building all over the world. This year we had kind of succeed. We succeed. Like this year we had Peace Day, and it wasn't there before, so we can have more other days in the future. A lot of things that the civil society were discussing were included in the agenda of the negotiators, and this is something great. But also one lesson and takeaway that we have to keep working the whole year. Our opportunity is not just in the COP. We don't have just to work in these 2 weeks. We have to work in the whole year. We have also to be more closer to what's going on the official level so that we can work the same way, talk to them in their own language, not us as civil society, to be more effective.
So within this aspect, Ola, how do you see the challenges that we face as women in general and specifically from MENA for us also to have for the upcoming COP?
A lot of challenges. Let's just start with the financial challenges that we don't have the enough fund and financial resources for our activism. It is also about skills, capacity skills. Like we have been working on that for years, but also this is something new for the MENA feminists. So we need more capacity building programs. We also need more protection when we are working on all these topics and related issues, because we are not secured in many of our countries in the MENA region, especially those countries affected by the conflicts. So we need also more networking and partnership. We need to be supported by the others. We are doing great, but we are still need like more or globally networks for us women in the MENA.
Yeah, let's have our closing remarks. What is your closing remark for this? And then I will also say some of the points that I would really love to share at the definitely the negotiations are not over. We don't have the final document. We're still waiting, but still let's see what do we want these final statements to have, and what is your last words for us at the COP.
I will just repeat what we have been said from the beginning of the COP. Like we want climate justice and we want it now.
Yeah, let me say that also as per our discussions that we are having, we want also to have a mandatory plan and a mandatory reporting of the emissions. We want to have really a transparent processes, and we're looking forward for this gender action plan, and we want to see how inclusive it is, and we need to hold the state accountable for putting forward these strategies and their action plans towards the realization of the 1.5. And we say we have only one planet, and we call all our communities and local communities to say we need to work from the grassroots, from the localization perspective, to work on what is needed and what is relevant to women and marginalized groups at different levels, and work on it to bring it to the COP and bring these voices to the COP. Let's wait for further discussions. Stay with us from MENAPAK. Thank you so much.
Thank you.